So at this point, I've probably tried about 3 times to write a video about AI. And it wasn't even really a video about AI necessarily, it was more so about how AI relates to authenticity. You know, a main centerpiece was Glenn Fricker and how he doesn't like drum samples, but he likes bass samples and he likes AI mastering, which to me just doesn't really square that circle with his justifications. But I have decided to give up on that. Partly because I have other priorities that I have going on. It moves too fast. AI just, things come out constantly, the video would be out of date, and tons of other people are talking about AI with a bigger megaphone, a bigger following to amplify that initial message, and I don't. Other people have a bigger megaphone and a bigger following that I just can't really compete with necessarily. What I don't want to get across is a sort of defeatist attitude towards just anything that you're doing in life, and more broadly, just, you know, with yourself. If you decide to go down a certain path, be that a hobby, a partner, career, you know, anything else that you decide to just pursue further, and you end up having to give up on that, that time was never a waste. I had a project with a musical partner that ended up kind of dissolving due to issues on both of our parts. You can, you know, get a sense of that on the album Mutually Assured Destruction. It's out now, shameless plug. And there are ideas on that that date back to at least 2019, earlier maybe. And yeah, that time wasn't a waste. Same thing with the AI video. That time I spent writing and trying to, you know, formulate the script on that. I became a better communicator with my partner. I became more knowledgeable about, you know, how I personally feel about AI, and how, you know, how I think about authenticity, and just a lot of things like that. It made me think about a lot of other things. It got me back into reading. I actually read books now, which I didn't really do even in school necessarily, unless I absolutely had to, and even then it was absolute torture. It's more so about quitting while you're ahead and not getting caught into the sunken cost fallacy. It's about diverting your energy where and when you need to. And, you know, maybe it's not completely done. Maybe you can come back to that thing later on. Just to kind of sum up this video, don't give into the sunken cost fallacy, lest you want your soul to be eaten over the course of your life, and you wake up one day and you just end up regretting, you know, that you didn't take any initiative to make your life better for yourself. And change hurts. Change really hurts. I have a lot of changes going on right now for myself. It's not a fun time right now. But what's going to hurt worse is if you stagnate, is if you don't change, is if you continue on the path you're on, trying to ignore the problems with yourself and how they relate to other people. One thing that I can credit with really kind of refreshing my perspective on just not letting things bother me is Stoicism. There's a book called Beyond Stoicism that I'll put somewhere over here that discusses a lot of Stoic philosophers, their ideas, and gives you exercises on how to think like these different schools of thought. It doesn't say you need to follow this one specifically, or like this type of person needs to follow this one specifically. It gives you everything to kind of play with yourself. Kind of all I have for you, other than I encourage you to take stock of your life and do what you can to make those things better. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.